Hello, my friends, my enemies, my frenemies, and people who I can't categorize in any exciting category. This generator is really, oh, Jesus. If you ever see a thing fucking popping around like this in real life, run the fuck away, because it's like T minus 10 seconds till it, like, blows up and lodges some sort of shrapnel in your face or whatever. Especially if it's, like, glitching out like this. Like, Jesus, look at that texture. I don't know. Everything's broken about it. Let's get on to more important things. This is Burmy, or more important matters. This is Burmy playing as the OKW versus Kanji, playing as the United States. We're watching Company Heroes 2 if you haven't caught on yet. I'm pretty drunk, and we're streaming simultaneously on Twitch television / TychoCelchuuu. And so you just go to that URL, which I very clearly explained to you, and you can follow me on Twitch. I have 113 followers as of right now, and so that's pretty good. It'll just take me a little while to catch up to the 6,000 that I've got on YouTube. And people in chat are not really talking about any stuff. I know Burmy is pretty good, but he's an Aussie, so he might get dropped for potato internet. Do Australians really have bad internet? I didn't know that. The only thing I was aware of about Australia is that everything fucking tries to kill you there, and one of my Australian friends does not like spicy food, so I was surprised. I thought Australian people would just be inured to like all sorts of dangerous things, including spicy food, which is not, let's be honest, very dangerous. But no, she doesn't like spicy food at all, which I found out after giving her some pickled onions, which were very spicy. So I feel bad about that gift. That was basically a useless gift. She probably had to just feed them to other people or eat them like one at a time over a very long period and cry about it. But we already have a Doctrine Chosen, and is this fucking Luftwaffe ground forces? Why does anybody pick this? I will give 100 metaphorical dollars to some. Wow, we have a mortar out, by the way. Fucking mortar second build order here. I will give 100 metaphorical dollars, which is 0 real dollars, just to be super explicit, to anybody who can tell me why somebody picks this fucking Luftwaffe ground forces doctrine. I mean, is it for the Fallschirmjägers? Fine, okay, fine, okay, fine. Okay, fine. But, I mentioned I'm drunk, right? But yeah, so come on. If it's not the Fallschirmjägers, it's got to be nothing. Because, anyways, how many kills does mortar have? 0. It's really ballsy to go with mortar first. Not a mortar first, but a mortar so early. I feel like, wow, it hit right here, which I guess neutralized the explosion of the mortar. Sometimes when things hit geometry, they just puff out of existence. Artillery shells like that. Geez, Automod, fucking Twitch Automod is denying somebody's message. Actually, I won't let it through. I'll just read it out. What Doth Life says, Burmy plays fun builds and stuff. He's not a tryhard feg. I guess feg means faggot, so I understand why Automod is blocking that. That's a bad word. Don't say that. That's not nice. Rear echelon troops getting their shit pushed in, as is typical for rear echelon troops. So German being just super aggressive. This is a really good play, guys. This is a really good play because the German has seen this mortar out early and knows that, look, the United States player really doesn't have a lot on the field that can engage me in direct combat because so much has been poured into this mortar. So I'm just going to cap all the fucking shit. Now, it turns out not to work very well for this Volkskrieger squad. Actually, it does work really well. So I was being a little snarky there, but no. They got the CP capped and then they get out. And all the United States units, like literally all except for this rifle squad, are busy fighting that Volkskrieger squad. That leaves this Sturmpioneer squad and this Volkskrieger squad free to cap all this shit. And so this is some real nice map control being established right here by this German player who's correctly reading the game right now and realizing it's time. Oh, this is painful. Charging across red cover. I don't know if that's correctly reading the game, but correctly reading the game and realizing it's time, my friends. This is the time we have prepared for. We got a fucking assault, and while there's this mortar on the field, we've got the advantage. I'm wondering if they built the second Sturmpioneer squad because of that, just because Sturmpioneer squads can really get in there and own some stuff. It's nice if you ever get them next to the mortar. They're nice fighting the riflemen. That's kind of a weird choice. I would have expected just the more normal build order, maybe more Volkskrieger or Kubelwagen or something. In any case, managed to cap this fuel, managed to cap this munitions, so these are really nice. They're linked up even, so we got, why is the fuel income? I guess this can't be. It is linked up. It's not flashing on the minimap, right? I'm not fucking insane. Hey, that's a cat. It does look cut off, though. It seems like it's cut off because of this. It's really hard to tell what's even going on this map. This is a bad video game, but maybe it is cut off because the fuel income is basically even.
The enemy is
What are these cats meowing about? What do you want? Do you want some wine? This is my wine. I'm gonna drink some wine for the folks at home. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Just love that wine. Don't know if I agree with the Sturm Pioneer build because they were expensive. But it is holding on to the fuel, so that's really important. Look how long. I just don't understand why the fuel income is basically even. I guess all these strategic points in the middle add up. Oh, that was really good mortar hit. That was what you build the mortar for. That was the first hit, by the way. 3 kills, but it really, really paid off right there because you got a squad. And so all of a sudden, the momentum in this game has like flipped around like 70 degrees. I don't want to say 180. I'm hiccuping because I'm drunk. Twitch chat's probably saying some stuff I should read right now, but you buy yourself a wow. Look at oh, there's so much stuff to talk about. You buy yourself a Sturm Pioneer squad with this mortar, so that's a thing to talk about. What I want to talk about right now is the American player going way deep into enemy territory to decap this fuel. German player now recapping all this shit being capped. What is even going on? There's too much stuff. I shouldn't have gotten super drunk before this cast because there's things to analyze. That was a really interesting tactical move from the American player right there, moving deep into enemy lines to decap that fuel to try and sort of reset the equilibrium there, because you know now the German players has read your oh no, and the rifleman squad goes down. This is just a fucking mess. People who bet on this game in Twitch chat, which is a thing you can do, by the way, follow me on Twitch. You can bet your Tycoins on all sorts of interesting things. People who bet on this match in Twitch chat are probably fucking flipping out because everything is like back and forth. So really interesting tactical choice, going deep into enemy lines to decap that fuel. The Sturm Pioneer squad has pushed them off, but you do have to wait a while. Lose a lot of time with the Sturm Pioneer squad being busy capping that fuel way the hell in the back. Now the fuel income looks more like I would have expected to with these two strategic points in the German hands. So the Germans have a nice real fuel income here, and that's gotten them this Panzer II out fairly soon. But although, you know, on the grand scheme of things, it looks like the United States player keeping up pretty well. Teched up to a captain, has a Stuart coming out, so really not that behind the German in terms of teching. What's Twitch chat up to? Lumpy3 says, "Hey Tycho, been watching you on YouTube since the original Men of War videos around 2009. Glad to see you making content again. Great, let's suck each other's dicks." Jay Craven says, "Flip around 70 degrees. LMFAO, great, people laughing at my jokes." Drake Kush says, some fucker whose name I can't read, says, "That's why US is a low skill ceiling faction these days. No need for flanking any longer. Random wipes is sort of..." Okay, random wipes from mortars have been happening since, like, mortars were invented by human beings. Like, that's not something the United States invented. Although the United States mortar is kind of bullshit, so I will give you that. Really nice Rifleman AT grenade right there. Sacrifice the squad for it. I don't know about that. And turns out the captain... Oh, Jesus, everything is giant. I can't even handle this. I can't handle this, you guys. There's so much happening, and I am drunk. So this is... My faculties are compromised, and we have a doctrine picked. Have we used this doctrine for anything? No. Luftwaffe ground forces, still useless. 8 minutes, 21 seconds in. Fucking useless. This thing. Heavy cav doctrine. We've got Rangers. Rangers, whatever. They're not as cool as the original Rangers in Company Heroes 1. That's one of the gripes I've got with Company Heroes 2. Rangers, definitely not as cool. A lot of squads dying. Weird grenade. Rangers trying to keep the mortar in the United States hands. That was what that grenade was. That was a prophylactic grenade trying to prevent the mortar from falling into enemy hands. Rangers would love to run forward with their Tommy guns, but who's suppressing those guys? Can Rangers suppress people? Can Rangers suppress people? Who suppressed those Volksgrenadiers? Please tell me, Twitch chat. Who suppressed those Volksgrenadiers? Why is there a Kettenfer here also? That's very strange. That's very strange. I don't know. Can Rangers suppress people? That's so bad. I need to be 20% this drunk for this cast, because I need to talk about all these squads that died. The captain, I guess, got out, down to one man. Tried to kill the Panzer II and died. Sacrificed a rifle squad to snare the people with the AT grenades. These guys can't even do it because they're Vet 1. Was that a mine? that you ran over. Mines win games. People pointed out on my previous shoutcast after the game ended, people were saying they should lay some mines to try and stop the Shermans. That was a good point. If you have watched my previous YouTube video, please append that notice to the thing. Nice having some rear echelon troops here to repair the thing so you don't have to decrew. And here's the Panzer II. Has 5 kills, so that's mostly the rifle squad that it wiped. That sacrificed his life to try and kill this thing to try and snare this thing so the captain could kill it. Nice rear hits. Oh, what? Are you hopping out of the thing? What is even going on? I can't handle it. My handle capacity is at like 0%, and the things that are happening is at 100% rear echelon kills, so that's not a huge deal. Something good in Twitch chat that I want to talk about in a sec. What Doth Life is like complaining about Heavy Cav being a fucking awful commander, like a sellout commander from Relic. Oof, the Steward killed. Really nice pressure from these folks over here with the Faust and the Panzer II, and this is looking bad for the United States player. I'd be feeling pretty bad. Yeah, this Heavy Cav thing seems like bullshit to me. It just seems pretty good. What Doth Life says, quote, "Guys, we made a super aggressive commander, but we need one more ability. What should it be? How about sandbags? Alright, whatever, let's get lunch." Thuggin' Heavily says, "Look like I threw away my Tycoins." Thuggin' Heavily probably bet on the United States. Look, the United States player is not out of this yet. There's a Pershing at 13 CPs. You click this button, and you're fucking golden, because the enemy chose the basically worthless Luftwaffe ground forces, and there's no heavy tank at the end of that. So you buy a Pershing, and your opponent pretty much just has to pack 40 that shit, or mine that shit. The mines being the thing that was really... why did I say pack 40? It's clearly a Rakettenwerfer. It's got a Rakettenwerfer that shit, or mine that shit. The mines being the thing that took the Steward out of commission ultimately. What Doth Life says, super glue takes 4 seconds in mod. Just remove vehicle, cruise, and cat mechanic. What takes 4 seconds in mod? Let's look at what super glue said. I don't see anybody named super glue. Maybe super glue is the name for a thing that I don't understand. I'm definitely drunk. I shouldn't have drank all that wine. This was a mistake. Let's drink the tiny bit of wine left in the glass. And no more wine for at least 10 minutes. That's a pledge I make. Here come the Steward, or definitely not a Steward, definitely Rangers. Definitely drunk. We got Minesweepers. The German player is like, well, I've laid mines, so clearly the enemy has laid mines, which is a reasonable assumption since rifleman defensive structures lets the rifleman lay mines. So even though you wiped out the rear echelon long ago, you still have to worry about them. I'm definitely petting another cat. Holly OG says, pour another glass. You can't fool me, Holly OG. He. Mortar crew standing by for orders. Oh god. You know things are descending into the pits of hell when the United States is just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm spamming mortars. What are you gonna do? Relic put it in the game so I can build it, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do? Bombarding this point. Surprise, there's nobody here. What Doth Life says, pledge no wine for 20 minutes and receive this commemorative Twitch tote bag. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm drunk. That was 1313 a second ago. That was really exciting. I hope all my viewers were paying attention to the timestamp. And definitely recording to this other hard drive, which I mentioned in my previous YouTube video, is for sure helping YouTube stay at 30 frames per second more or less constantly. So good. I'm glad. Even though this is a Western Digital Blue I'm recording to. The previous hard drive was Western Digital Black, but the previous hard drive is like 7 years old maybe, and I don't know if they could just get slower over time, or maybe Western Digital Blues, because this Western Digital Blue is like a brand new hard drive, so maybe they got faster. I don't know. It's a weird. I don't understand. Maybe RPM doesn't affect the write speed. Maybe write speed doesn't affect how many frames per second we record on. Nobody wants to hear this. This is not interesting for anybody on Twitch. So the captain's surprisingly still alive. 1 vet with 0 kills. That's from mostly getting its shit pushed in. If it gets a nice rear hit, yeah, boom, nice rear hit on the Panzer II. It's going to start paying its worth here. Mostly taking up the captain has mostly just been for the Steward. More Rangers called in. It makes sense. It makes sense. They're 400 manpower though. They're really a lot like Fallschirmjägers when you think about it. Like a weird call-in, a weird, really expensive call-in. If they suppress people, I feel like Twitch chat never answered my suppression confusion. Handworker says, was AFK, but this game looks after 10 seconds very boring. I don't understand what that means. Twitch chat never answered my suppression thing. Somebody's got to explain that. I don't think this game is boring. This game is like really exciting. That really early stuff where the German player was going fucking ham after seeing that mortar, that was some good shit. Just Rangers generally know. Oh, look, we have the Fallschirmjägers called in. This doctrine is no longer literally 100% useless. It's now actually being used for something. I'm not sure if that makes it less useless or just like having been used for something, we can say something about it. Rangers have the Tommy guns and the grenades. Looks like they're going to win versus these Fallschirmjäger. Oh, they use the grenades so they can't kill the building. But the mortars can kill the building. So I would not have put your Fallschirmjägers in this building that's like 2 mortar hits away from dying when there are 2 mortars who could turn and instantly kill you. I guess they're shooting the machine gun, which is a more tempting target, but very bizarre. Rangers, I think, threw another grenade just now. I'm hiccuping because I'm drunk. Oh, Drakus whatever says the base MG suppressed the people. No fucking way. There's no base MG anywhere near. They were suppressed up here. No fucking way the base MG suppressed those guys. It must have been the base MG, but it just doesn't make sense. Oh, they got suppressed by mines, said LXIN. I don't know if that's true. I don't know why there would have been mines here. Can you guys hear the cats? Oh god. Should not have gotten drunk. This was a bad idea. But the Germans, so really doing well in map control. Obviously doing super well in VP control. Really, I think the lesson here, not the lesson, the narrative here is Americans just go in mortars until you can get the Pershing. We're at 9 CPs. We need 13. Killing all those fuckers with a mortar hit just now was really good in terms of, and man, decrewing the whole thing. I would take that. I would take that. That's yours, right? Yeah, that's an M1 81mm. So that's, oh, nope, there's a Panzer II here. What am I thinking? United States player really not doing so hot for the AT, this AT gun, I guess. Getting recruit. Rangers can't do anything. They don't even have AT. So that's the thing. I don't know about Rangers for the 400 manpower. Ooh, more Fallschirmjägers called in. Where they come? Oh, Jesus, we called in airborne assault too, so that's what was going on over here. Nothing's happening, though. That's a real letdown. The airborne assault is really impressive because a lot of planes come in, right? Most things, it's like 1 plane, but airborne assault is like 6 planes. It's like 3 planes. I was exaggerating for comic effect. I do that. I try and make things more exciting than they are. What can I say? I'm an entertainment personality. I can't get by on my tactical skills alone. I gotta make things exciting. I gotta say 6 planes, even though it was 3 planes. That was a dead rifle squad. I'm really not sure about calling in the Rangers as opposed to riflemen. So, Rangers, what do they get you? They get you really not a lot. They get you Tommy guns. I mean, yes, good. They shoot people. They kill a lot of people. Great. But, look, you can give riflemen... We lost a gun crew. Who's, the AT gun? The AT gun did get decrewed. Do we have 2 captains? That's really bizarre. Those guys just retreating, though. Oh, everything's fucking... Okay, so, Rangers are 400 manpower. It just seems like a bad deal versus riflemen. Riflemen get grenades, just like Rangers get grenades. Riflemen can get bars, which... frankly, is kind of better anti-infantry than the Tommy guns. Obviously not sort of like full like damage potential. The Tommy guns way outpace the bars, but in terms of like range potential, the bars are definitely better. So you can be at long range and do some good damage, especially considering your opponent's got Luftwaffe doctrine, which I guess you don't know because it's a useless doctrine. So they haven't tipped their hand until they bought the Fallschirmjägers. But it's just so much. Really, I don't know why I'm talking about this other stuff. The lesson is the manpower is too much for the Rangers compared to the riflemen, which are only 280. I feel like they used to be 270. Somebody just texted me. Anyways, Rangers are just really expensive. I don't know why you would buy them compared to the riflemen, especially because the riflemen get the AT grenades, which is important because this Panzer II's been out on the field for quite a while. What is Twitch chat talking about? Passive heal, LOL, says somebody. I guess Rangers have passive heal. Well, I don't even give a shit if they have passive heal, because you can get a fucking ambulance at your base, and that gives active heal. See, that's an ambulance. Everybody's dying, though, on the United States. These Fallschirmjägers being a little better than not useful at all. They have 9 infantry kills, and they're about to get Vet 1. At Vet 1, they get the Blenkorper 2H frangible smoke grenade. Frangible is definitely in my top 10 favorite words, but a mortar hit takes out 3. Oh god. What a game. Oh, I am like 120% too drunk for this shit. This was a huge mistake. Oh look, we made it to the Pershing! But we don't have the fuel. What's the fuel been going to? It's a real mystery, guys. 75 goddamn points. That's a really good way of putting it, American announcer person, because 75 is a really bad number of VPs to have when you've been pouring your manpower into Rangers, which means you don't have the riflemen to cap the points. That's the thing. It's just these ripple effects that when you call in Rangers, you have fewer squads because they're so manpower intensive. You have fewer rifle squads, which means less capping power, which means less resources, which means no Pershing at this point in the game. Missing the manpower for the Pershing, missing the fuel for the Pershing, the squad is dead. It's just looking so bad for the Americans, and I can only blame it. I mean, you can blame it all. I really think the Rangers were a big deal here. Losing the Stuart was not great, but that's the sort of thing you can come back from. Here's the tier 4 build. What is Twitch chat saying? Too much stuff. Vet 2 passive heal. Okay, well, your Rangers aren't even Vet 2, so I give so little of a shit about that. It's not even funny. Captain up to Vet 2 or Vet 3, sorry, with 3 kills, just from taking so much damage. Vet 3 is really a great thing on the Captain. I think Vet 3 on the Lieutenant good, but Vet 3 on the Captain really especially good, because that sprint can let you use the Captain for what you really want it to do, which is killing the enemy light vehicles. The sprint just super helpful in terms of getting around to where the light vehicles. See, look at this. The Captain is just really versatile. I don't know if versatile. It's just really really good utility getting it into position to get those bazooka hits, because the main issue with light vehicles is that they're so wily. They drive all around the map and you're like, oh god, I can't catch the light vehicle. But when the Captain has sprint, you can catch the light vehicle. What's Twitch chat saying? I don't know. So yeah, Americans about to lose. GG. The lesson here is don't buy Rangers. Because if you didn't have Rangers, you could literally call in a Pershing now. You're 100 manpower away from the Pershing. You know what 100 manpower is? It's slightly more than the difference between Rangers and Riflemen. And you can just buy bars. Give the Riflemen the bars, and that's much better than the Rangers. It just seems like it to me. Meanwhile, Luftwaffe Doctrine. Let's do a post-mortem on this thing. Fallschirmjägers pulled their weight, I think, this match. They didn't get themselves wiped. They were really lucky in this building that a mortar... Look at that health bar. They were really lucky that they didn't all die in this building from a mortar. There's no way to know the American was not going to be smart enough to target the mortar over and kill all the people. But, so post-mortem, Luftwaffe ground forces, not literally 100% useless. The Stuka sort of strafing run over here didn't do anything, but it did call in Fallschirmjägers, which is nice when you don't have the manpower for it, but you do have the munitions for it, so you get a squad out of it. So yeah, I'd give it on a scale of 1 to 10, not a 0, which is better than I usually give the Luftwaffe ground forces. Fucking cats are meowing at me, and I think I'm going to stop this shoutcast now for the YouTubers. So thank you for tuning in, YouTubers. For the Twitch viewers, nothing's going to happen.